Here is a 5-minute summary of Chapter 3, The Genesis of European Settlements in English, broken down by key themes. Summary: The Genesis of European Settlements. 1. The Spanish precedents. St. Augustine. Contrary to popular belief, the first permanent European settlement in the continental U.S. was not English, but Spanish. In 1565, Spain established St. Augustine in Florida. To defend against French and British rivals, they built the Castillo de San Marcos, the oldest masonry fort in the U.S., which ironically later served as a prison for Native American leaders like Geronimo. 2. The English failures. Roanoke's mystery. England's first attempt at colonization in Roanoke, 1585, ended in total mystery. When leader John White returned after a 3-year delay caused by war with Spain, the colony had vanished. The only clue was the word Croatoan, carved into a post. To this day, the lost colony remains one of history's greatest enigmas. 3. Jamestown. Cannibalism and tobacco. In 1607, the English founded Jamestown. It nearly failed during the Starving Time, 1609 to 1610, where the population dropped from 214 to just 60. Some settlers even resorted to cannibalism. As the colony expanded to grow tobacco, they encroached on the lands of the Powhatan Confederacy, leading to 3 brutal Anglo-Powhatan wars that eventually decimated the native tribes. 4. The truth about Pocahontas. The story of Pocahontas is often romanticized, but the reality was tragic. She was kidnapped by the English, married to John Rolfe, and taken to London as a symbol of civilized natives. She died of pneumonia at age 22. While many famous Americans, like Edith Wilson, claim her lineage, the wars following her death led to the erasure of her people. 5. The Pilgrims, Squanto, and the Thanksgiving myth. The Mayflower arrived at Plymouth in 1620. Half the settlers died that first winter. They were saved by Squanto, a native who spoke English because he had previously been kidnapped and sold into slavery in Europe. The first Thanksgiving, 1621, while celebrated as a feast of friendship, many indigenous people today observe it as a national day of mourning. They view Squanto's help as a tragic mistake that allowed invaders to survive and eventually seize their lands. 6. The erasure of tribes. Pequot and King Philip's War. As more English arrived, peaceful trade turned into genocide. The Pequot War, 1637, highlighted by the Mystic Massacre, where English forces burned a village, killing hundreds of women and children. King Philip's War, 1675, led by the Wampanoag chief Metacomet. It was the deadliest war in the region, ending with Metacomet's head being displayed on a pike for 20 years and his family sold into slavery. 7. The fall of the Dutch and Swedes. England wasn't the only player. The Dutch, New Netherland, and Swedes, New Sweden, also established colonies. However, through military pressure and shifting global power, England eventually absorbed these territories, including New Amsterdam, which became New York in 1664. Core takeaway. Chapter 3 reveals that the genesis of America was not a peaceful migration, but a complex struggle for survival marked by extreme starvation, the tragic kidnapping of native figures, and a series of total wars that shifted the continent from indigenous control to English dominance.